All right, so that same year of 2008, you had the mixtape that came out on thisis50.com that was hosted by DJ Who Kid, The Cosign. How did this come about?
Well, first I did a Shadyville joint. Then I did a like a freestyle joint. It was like 50 on the cover, whatever. Um, my man's man, basically, my DJ homie, Child Rescue One, his homie was like in the army of Shadyville, Army of the Pharaohs, Army of Shadyville, and yeah, we ended up linking up. I did a couple joints, do Dre Boogs and shit. And then that shit, it's a fucking chain. So this gets passed on. They have meetings and shit. 50 sits on some of the shit back then. Who Kids sits on certain shit. So that's how I get, the links and the drops and the whatever from that shit. Know what I mean? And that's back when motherfuckers was like paying for drops.
Right.
It kind of worked out cool. I had some cool shit going on. And that's the wild shit too. Cause like I was kind of opposite Army of the Pharaohs, and I was kind of opposite of Shadyville shit. And I got mad love from both. And not from them, but like from their fans. Not saying I didn't get love from them, but you feel what I'm saying.
Right,
Like
right.
it just kind of worked out like that. And even to this day, most motherfuckers in the underground would think that, oh, my whole existence is Army of the Pharaohs. Like, no, like that's 50, 60%. Know what I'm saying? As far as like people hearing about me. But there's that Who Kid shit was crazy. That shit went crazy.
Yeah, bro, you had Copyright on there, Esoteric, Sean Price, Outer Space, DJ Premier, Vinny was on it, Reef, Snow Goons, El the Sensei, Sky Zoo. Like there was that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was a cool moment. That was cool. And a lot of that shit was just putting together the shit from other records that like the Sky Zoo joint was me, Sky Zoo, El the Sensei. That was the first vinyl I was in. And that was just like a fucking paid feature where they put us together. I mean, shout out to Sensei too, because he's one of the few real ones out there. We had him out for a show. A fight broke out. I'm like, yo, go in the back room. Let us handle this. This nigga coming out like ready to hop in with us. Like, nah, chill, baby. Chill, baby.
Yo, that's funny, man. It's funny that you say that because I just spoke to L today and he told me to tell you he said peace, right? He said that it's funny because like, well, when it comes to Sean P, you guys both collaborated with him on different songs, but you guys had like similar bars, like a couple of lines.
I know where this is going. I know where this is going. Yeah, he was mad about that then too. Yeah, niggas whammy flammy on him. I remember that.
He said that like you guys laugh about it and everything because like you guys had like two lines that were similar or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, look, and then Pete, like even my verse, Pete did my shit from scratch on the first joint, right? And like he showed me mad love. I paid him for the first joint, but he gave me a hefty discount. And like it was crazy because the first time we like link, we met at that show. We was talking about the 06 shit with like Jedi and Redman and all them. And then we talked on Facebook, and this nigga done he straight like dropped me his Addy, his home phone number. Like that's how I know Bernadette. Shout out Bernadette too. That's another real one. Know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Bernadette.
Know what I mean? So
for sure.
Yeah, like that's how me and her even knew each other. For me, like calling the crib, like, yo, Peter, You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, that shit rocked my world. I named my daughter after him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Know what I mean? So that whole shit was crazy. And then we did more shit. Know what I mean? We got the joint with me, him, and Saigon and shit. Did that shit
Yeah.
while we was out in Cali together and shit. Know what I mean? Some cool, like I said, I did some cool shit. And then at the end of the day, like when I was home, you know, see, I like how you do it because it's easier now. I can just go back to shit we already talked about with the chronological order shit, right?
Right.
So 96, when I'm home from juvie, that's when Helter Skelter Nocturnal dropped, which I'm a huge fan of. Know what I mean? And it went from that to fucking. I wasn't a huge fan of Magnum Force from the door, but I only heard radio shit. I didn't hear the whole album. I was locked up. And then it went from that to Reef had him on Feast or Famine. I was like, wait, Sean Price from Helter Skelter? He's like, yeah. And then I linked with him, and then like shit started rolling like that. You know what I'm saying? It, I don't know. I might be mumble jumbling right now, but like I don't know. It was a cool interaction, and that's a cool ass nigga, bro. Know what I'm saying? And
He did you a solid,
you don't
bro,
come
when
across
he
many of them.
right. He did you a solid because he shouted you out on hiphopgame.com, where that was one of the biggest websites at that time, you know, and he didn't have to do that.
At all. Yeah. That was huge.
Cause you know, like a lot of times people say they say they fuck with you, whatever, but they won't publicly say it and like empower you like that. You know what I'm saying? So to have somebody to that regard that don't owe you nothing, just do that off of like love, that says a lot, bro, about somebody's character, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's part of why I named my daughter after him. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
because you know what it is, man. Like, yo, the game is super phony. And
Mm-hmm.
he showed me dumb love. Yo, and obviously I made bread and headway off that. And there's a bunch of those little situations like that where like, yo, I get a nice boost from this situation, that situation. You know what I mean? I definitely could have 3 or 4x that shit, but I'm an asshole. So like I done, the same way that situation might have went cool, I done fucked up another one and another one.
Right.
Know what I mean? I'm not gonna mention I'm not gonna mention all the motherfuckers that don't fuck with me. It's not hard to tell though.
Right.
And then on top of that, I bar them the fuck out though.
You get busy. So that
I'm
brings
not
me
too
to
bad for a fair guy. That's what the chick said.
talk about the mixtape, the DJ Who Kid, the cosign mixtape. How was the streets buzzing? How were they reacting to that at the time?
Oh, I mean, that was like peak download era. So I was getting a lot of looks from that shit. And that's why I was saying, because as an underground dude, um, the average person that fucks with underground shit is gonna think, oh, Ari and Pharaoh's and that's it. Like, no, that's a huge chunk, but there was a lot of that fucking hookah shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's back when motherfuckers that listen to that shit respected bars. I got bars. Know what I mean? And I done like choked out and headbutted niggas on film too, which you know what I mean is what it is.
Wait. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. All right. Okay. You see, you going ahead. You going ahead. We gonna get to that.